What up, what's hot, what's happening? Welcome to another hot episode of the POPcast. My name is Miss Cosmo, as I am every single week. And of course, I'm rolling with my main man, Moochie.
What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you so much for joining us for another amazing episode.
Yes.
Of myself and Miss Cosmo. What's up, girl?
The sun is hitting you today.
The sun is hitting me, and I'm sitting strategically in a very corner where I've been told that I must sit.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's fine.
Anyway, we do have a hot guest with us today as well, hailing all the way from Cape Town, but said, hey, Joburg, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Especially the guy. Make sure you say the guy, otherwise then it's tricky.
Yeah, please. You have to say the guy.
Why do we have to say the guy?
Hey, man, it's a long story.
Tell us, we have all the time.
I think I was in Durban, 2017. I went to Durban, went out, partied and stuff. I think it was my first time actually like partying out the city. And then so I went to Durban, introduced myself as Misali, spoke to everyone, and they're like, oh, do you know Misali? I was like, who's Misali? Like the YouTuber, the beautiful one. I go, look, like, damn, oh, she's a beautiful lady. And then, so I get getting irritated by everyone saying, yo, do you know Misali the girl? Do you know? So that was
Why do people do that? Just because you have the same name. It's like every time we must know each other.
What was your handle on the socials back then?
I was bad. It was bad. I had something like Black Beast, something like that. It was a time when everyone was doing that black thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it was that trend. So I was on that trend at the time.
Oh, I thought you was probably just like Mihlali the dude, or just Mihlali underscore something, and you're like, this is too much confusion.
No. I only really like changed my name after that trip to Mihlali the guy.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So it had to happen in Durban for you to realize things are getting tricky for me now.
Not really. Like the Durban issue was about a problem, and then we came to Joburg, and then from then I was like, oh, my name is Mihlali the guy.
Yeah.
I was actually telling Boiti, funny part is that I was telling Boiti, I was like, yo, my name is Mihlali the guy. And she laughed and she's like, I know you're a guy. But I'm like, okay, that works.
It works because then you understand, no, we're not talking about the YouTuber, not the lady. We're talking about Mihlali, the guy.
The guy.
You're also a DJ, also a club promoter out in Cape Town. Just dropped some music this past week.
Yeah.
Are you excited about the release?
I really am.
Who's on the songs?
I have Yams, I have Baby Son, I have Toby Franco, I have Konke, I have Sihle.
Nice. That's a nice
and
roster.
Cyphered, yeah.
Oh, dope. Okay, well, go and check out Mihlali's music. Of course, it is up on the streaming platforms rather.
Yeah.
And you can, run up the streams for the homie. Today we are shooting out at Green's House in Sandton, a beautiful new venue, which is more summertime vibes, more cocktails, sundowners, simnandi, siraiti, tisama. Come through and check it out. Of course, the background is majority green, but it's beautiful. And man, I am going to be playing here,
Of course you're going to be playing it. We basically was talking Miss Cosmo, wherever she's playing, that's where we're shooting.
That's where we're shooting.
It just makes life easier, you know what I mean?
Exactly. But the energy is good, the vibe is good. We do have a couple of DJs who obviously come through here as well. So if you're in Johannesburg, you're in the Sandton area, here's a nice new place for you to come and check out aesthetically. The food is also really great as well. And of course, the cocktails. All right, so we're going to get into what's hot and happening in the news this past week. Before we get into the hot stuff, we obviously need to pay our respects and send our condolences through to Gloria Bosman's family.
Yes.
Gloria Bosman just passed away this past week. So our love and our prayers go through to her family as well. It's just also been such a weird energy, a weird time, a weird month. Losing so many people all at once and still trying to, make sense of every time there's news. It's like, how do we react? How do we get into it? But all we can do is just send our prayers at the stage of the game,
Absolutely. We do send our deepest condolences to the Bosman family, friends, collaborators and such. I know my aunt was a big fan of Gloria Bosman back in the day, actually. That's how I know her. So as soon as I saw her, I actually called my aunt and told her, and she was just like shocked as well, because I think she's probably wondering, where's this, the lady whose music I used to like a lot and doesn't keep up with what's happening right now. But yes, definitely deeply saddened she was when I told her the news. So we do send our sincere condolences to the family. Indeed.
It was also Costa Titch's memorial this past weekend.
Yes.
And of course the Titch gang was out there in numbers, all wearing green. Did you manage to go, Mihlali?
No. When was it? Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah, Saturday,
yeah. I also checked it out on YouTube. I actually did want to go and attend, but I was working and like my life kind of got in the way of things. But I did appreciate seeing all of the people who were actually out there in support of Costa Titch as well as the family, and the dancers even put on like a showcase, which is obviously in true Costa Titch memory. But it's sad that we just have to just keep going. Like, what does the team do? What does the family do?
It is, man. It's very,
like the
very
dancers,
tough.
like I looked at them on stage, I was like, okay, I get you guys are dancers, but he's the guy who put you on stage. So what do you do now?
And that's what we spoke about in the last episode. It's very tricky with all these deaths that we've been having, especially for these young cats who've built such great teams around them, such great energy that has extended to not just themselves, the artists, the people that they're putting on, their collaborators, being able to bring an entire team and a whole movement really together. So definitely Costa's loss there will be deeply felt, but I hope they can band together and try to keep his legacy going, because at least say that their careers did manage to take off a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Where as Costa Titch's popularity grew and they all collaborated together, there's a lot of guys that we spoke about that are in that pool or in that circle that have managed to create their own followings, and I hope it only grows in strength in that. But yeah, I did see some of the clips from the memorial, and there was a lot of good energy there in terms of like the dancers. You can see they went all out. They were really trying to put on something memorable. There was a lot of emotions as well, as to be expected. But yeah, all in all, I feel like, and I saw Alpha Cat say something, Uguti, I don't know how, but guys, we have to stick together to honor Costa's memory, and I hope that's how. Literally, I think that's the only thing that they can do is continue pushing forward, and definitely as a team, as a unit, friends and family, supporters, all stick together. Yeah,
man, 100%. All right, so something else that's shaking up the country right now. I'm not sure how much of a shake-up is actually happening, but this national shutdown is a little bit more of a public holiday. Or maybe I'm seeing it from my view. I'm not necessarily in the streets. I'm not necessarily experiencing it full hand as to what EFF is doing. But coming here, did you experience anything kind of tough getting on the roads? Did you feel a threat, or what was going on?
No, before I got here, I kind of felt a bit weird.
Yeah.
But then when we were on the road, there was no issues.
Yeah.
And then, I think there was just a few people on the other side.
Yeah. Just a bit clear.
And in Cape Town, when these protests go down, because I've seen, this country can be, it depends where you are as well. You know what I'm saying? There's hot spots in Cape Town. Do you think what the mood is like back home? Have you heard anything?
No, actually, a friend of mine was actually flying in the morning, so he was saying there was nothing because it was in the morning as well. Remember, Black people always late.
But I think it's a whole day thing, because I also saw in some posts on social media, and also where I was driving in the morning, it also just feels like in certain spaces where they've kind of targeted, they've basically got about like 5-10 people protesting, and maybe just like one cop car kind of following this protest. So there's not a lot of upheaval happening.
Wait, but there is a video, like Vinny posted something. Where it's like a lot of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like he's saying that a lot of people are just posting the small ones. Yeah. There's actually big things out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So where's that big one happening that you saw?
I think it's Pretoria. It might be. I know that in Joburg, there's some places where a lot of people have gathered.
Yeah.
But in Pretoria as well, because I think they're at the Union buildings or in Church Square or something.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people linking up in those areas. In general, as a shutdown, of course.
Yeah, I don't know where this is.
Okay, we'll make sure that we send the video, obviously, so you can see it. But I assume this isn't Soweto. I could be wrong. By the definitely, of it.
So yeah, there's definitely marches happening. They're just the level that they're of course trying to reach in terms of like an actual national shutdown. If you follow that language, then you're thinking, well, there's no national shutdown,
Yeah.
I'm out here, shops are open, la-di-da-di-da. It's certain areas around the country, places like Soweto, where police are really targeting, and you know how they love being in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Because usually the shit starts around, so they always with people in the hood, so that's why they like cornering and pretty much harassing people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll never see them, I guess people in the burbs, in the middle class don't protest this shit. The only protest and hashtag online, people are on the ground is usually poor people, people who are vulnerable, who actually feel the effects of what's going on in the country. And the rest of us are all keyboard warriors going, damn, that's crazy. Damn, that's crazy from the crib.
It's a free public holiday. That's actually what's happened to the middle class. Everybody's working from home because it's easier. And
Absolutely.
to say, tomorrow I'm off anyway, so...
And the language that the government has been using and trying to intimidate people and saying the army's going to be out there. And I think people are feeling like this is not the day to really be outside and be in that way. They feel like it's so easy that things could spill over. Next thing you find yourself embroiled in some bullshit that you don't even know fully about. So it is very much EFF members that are pretty much taken to the streets everywhere around the world. Not around the world, around the country. Sorry.
Thank you for that, because I was like, are you sure?
Now everywhere around the country where you see, it's mostly EFF members. So the general public seems to have stayed away. And of course, people I think are a little bit scared. The language that the government has been using, yay, we're going to be watching here and watching there. People are just like, you know what, I could get slapped for no reason out here. So best I keep my ass in the house. And tomorrow is a public holiday.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So people have taken a long weekend off. You
That's
know, people
exactly
are off
what's
on this
happening.
Monday. So there's quiet around the country. And I feel like the EFF, they did themselves a injustice rather, by first the day that they chose and the language that they chose, national shutdown. They should have just said the march. You know what I'm saying? Big march, guys. There's a big march coming on. Everyone must come on marching against the ANC. When they said national shutdown, people were saying, hey, shut down this word. I don't know what it means now. That means they're going to be going shop to shop, making people are shut. Like, you know, it does make it sound as if, you know.
I hear you, but I don't think the day they chose is wrong. Maybe from a perspective of everybody else, it's just like, okay, long weekend, sharp, I'm going to stay home. But I think it was specific to today because it's Human Rights Day, and what they're fighting for is for human rights. So for them, it kind of collaborates from their perspective.
I guess in that perspective,
So I think the thinking behind it was good, and what they're trying to speak on is good. My only issue sometimes with them is the methods that they choose, and the execution is a little bit offhand. And what the message they're trying to represent kind of gets swallowed in the mess all around it. Because now we're just like, okay, but what do we concentrate on? Do we concentrate on the threat? Do we concentrate on our lives? Or do we concentrate on the message? Because we can't see the message anymore. Now we're scared to be out on the streets. Businesses are closed. They're losing money because national shutdown.
Yeah, let's be honest. You know, people know. Like I said, do you guys protest? Let's keep it back here. You know, people at home that are watching this. Are you protesters? Are you protesters?
Are you a protester?
Like I said, people like saying a lot about this big march. Even if there was 1 million people on the street right now, it still wouldn't be you niggas. It wouldn't be me. You know what I mean? We'd still be here, still recording if there was 1 million people marching on the streets. So like I said, the middle to upper class, of course, don't get involved in this shit. And it's left to people who are very vulnerable in this country to be the ones who are actually take to the streets.
You've got a lot more to lose.
To practice a very fundamental right. You know, it's very important that we actually, it doesn't matter how many people show up, but we mustn't let the ANC get away with these small little intimidation tactics. Because then tomorrow we'll all want to protest something, and then next thing we're really fighting the army. Because then people are like really scared. You know, and once people are scared to protest, then it doesn't look like anyone is doing anything to go against the government. So then that's when they really start getting away with shit. Once you start losing your voice to actually speak out, then they've taken care of half the problem.
Yeah, I know. It's tricky. All right, so getting into what's hot and happening from a music perspective, we do have Major Lazer and Major League have just announced that they will be collaborating on a project. So you know how Major League has obviously been taking over the world, taking piano to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
The album is called Piano Republic, so that's going to be dropping soon, I think on the 24th of March, if I'm not mistaken. Another collaboration I'm really excited for, Big Zulu and Sjava are collaborating on an album as well. The Nkabi boys are going to say, wash out now, okay? Melanie C is where. Big Zulu and Sjava doing the things.
Please not wash out now.
Mihlali, from a piano perspective, obviously because you're a piano DJ, how big is this collaboration going to be for the piano community?
Which one? The Major Lazer and Major League? I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Like really big. Like I was with the twins now in Dubai, and they're moving.
Really?
Like they're really moving. They receive a lot of love.
That's so dope. That's amazing. Yeah. And you, Sipho?
I'm definitely excited for them. I think this project has been in a long coming, if I can say that. You know what I'm saying? They've been putting out their own music and touring for the past. I mean, I don't think they've had a break during lockdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From doing the balcony mixes to as soon as the countries are opened or outside. You know what I mean? Spreading the piano love and hosting shows, the sold out show in the UK. So we know exactly how they've been moving. We know they've been spreading the piano movement. And this next step now, collaborating with international artists, I think was the natural one. And so far, the music is sounding really, really good. I think, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the show, of course. But the music is sounding dope. I'd be interested in to find out what the process of making the music is and all the behind the scenes and whatnot. There was only one song that, when I see Americans getting involved, like Ty Dolla $ign, Chris Brown trying out piano, I feel like their labels make their sound very American with like a touch of piano sometimes. And then that's when
it's tricky.
It gets a little bit tricky depending on how big the American guys are. But what I feel like with Afro beats, of course, and the guys in the UK, it's easier to make the sound be a little bit more authentic when those collaborations happen. But otherwise, it can only be a positive, I guess, for piano. The more it's outside, I mean, we're talking about Tyler, who's out there opening for Chris Brown as well. So the piano name is on people's lips around the world. Those who don't know are finding out every day. So this is a dope thing for the boys, and shout out to them.
And I think it's also quite poetic that they're doing a collaborative album with Major Lazer.
Yeah.
Because if you know the story behind Particular, you know that when Maphorisa actually was working on that song, it was actually a song for Major League. And that's why you hear Nasty C saying Major League in his verse. Because initially when it was recorded, it was a Major League and Maphorisa song. And then Major Lazer came through and they're like, we want to work on some stuff. Puri said, boys, just pause 2 minutes. This is a big collaboration. I need to move with the boys. And obviously put Major Lazer on the tune. And, for Major League to kind of get their collaboration back and working with Major Lazer is really awesome. They've also got a song with Maphorisa. So I think in the long run, it worked out for them to kind of say, you know what, Pori, do your thing. We'll come together a little bit later. And now they've got Piano Republic, which I think is going to be awesome. I'm excited to hear a little bit more from the music.
And I just want to ask, because Mkhali just said that he was with the boys in Dubai. What kind of relationship do you have with them? And also, speaking about the big moves that they've been making, you being closely with them, watching their moves closely, like what's inspiring you?
Closely.
I want maybe not closely, but okay, you can tell us about the relationship that you may have with them, because I know you said you linked in Dubai or met up with them in Dubai, but basically seeing what they're doing and being that close, or however close you came in contact with them, what is inspiring you to watch the moves and be like, I know what I need to do to also break through in my own way?
I think with them, it's like connecting with people and stuff, just being out there.
Yeah.
I'm very into myself. I hate new people.
I feel you.
You can't hate new people when you work with people every day.
No, it's really bad. I could literally see you and I greet you like that, and then I look the other way. It's just a bad thing. It's really bad.
It's something that you're actually trying to work on.
I'm literally trying to work on. So that's why I have that guy here. So let's make sure when he's next to me, he will speak to everyone. And then it's like, oh, cool. But I'm doing better now. Really doing better.
But you're a promoter. You need to book artists all the time. How do you?
Yeah, I book everyone. Cool. We book everyone.
Yeah.
Cool. I greet you. Let you be. Let me know if you need anything. And I stay in my corner. I also keeping it cool with you. I don't want to look like a groupie or a fan. So I just stay away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, it's dope that you guys were able to be out in Dubai and kind of spread your wings a little bit from that perspective. So piano's definitely doing big things. How's the scene in Dubai though with regards to piano? Because I know a lot of artists go that side quite often.
It's growing. It's really growing. There's a lot of on my piano shows and stuff. Everyone is enjoying on my piano and they know the music as well.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 shows there when I was there. There was one with Dali and then one Major League.
That's dope.
So yeah.
And yourself, did you play out there as well?
Yeah, I played on a yacht in Dubai.
Come on now.
Did you have a song, Bixckie? Did you go the whole way?
I'm listening to this guy. I'm like, that's what you open with that. You know what I mean?
I was on a yacht in Dubai.
Don't just tell me you're in Dubai, my man. Say, I was working in Dubai on a yacht. You see? That's how you start the story. Now you have my full attention.
Without the song, ladies. Without it.
Okay. Now you have my full attention. Go, this my band was actually pushing out here.
No,
the others don't think that you're just in Dubai, just looking at the birds beneath or some shit.
No.
They must know that you're putting in hours.
No, we're putting in the hours in Dubai. It was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Anywhere else you performed around the world where you felt or were you trying to go next?
I actually want to go to America. I want to go to the UK as well.
Yeah.
Dope.
So we're trying to make that happen. And that's why I had to release music now, because it's I've reached my full potential as a DJ / promoter without music. There was no growth for the past year, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, cool, next step. Let's work on this.
All right, so this is the next piece now.
Yeah,
You're trying to. All right, now.
Shout outs. I mean, that's literally what a lot of people kind of move towards, because you can announce you're a DJ, you do the thing, but people want a little bit more. So that's a good direction to take. Somebody who's also doing more for their brand and trying to kind of grow their brand, obviously, is D Koala from Cape Town. She does have an event that she had done previously. Obviously, COVID kind of got in the way. Things got a little bit quiet, but it's back now. For the Culture is back. It's got the third installment that she's going to be having out in Cape Town, which I think is dope because, you know, Cape Town's also a city that it's got a lot of culture, but not too many signature events that's going to make want people to kind of travel for. And obviously, speaking to the Cape Town scene as well, what do you think it's going to take for eventing to kind of grow a little bit more? Because I know people complain about venues in Cape Town, or they complain about, I don't know whether it's people or what actually are the constraints with getting things done?
No, I think it's crazy. There's a lot of movement right now, but I feel like there's no hype.
Really?
Yeah, like there's a lot of like kids in Cape Town, like they're doing their own events.
Yeah.
Especially in like the colored community. Like they're doing a lot. Like they're flying people out. They're doing events. Tishing is also doing things there as well. But
why do you say there's no hype though?
I don't know. I feel like in Cape Town everyone's like too cool to want to hype things up.
All right.
Yeah, even when we party, it's like it's really different. Like when you come to Joburg, you can like scream and have fun, and in Cape Town it's like
it's a bit muted.
Yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about.
But you have fun though.
Yeah.
But you have to be with the right people. Also, it's very cliquey.
Yeah, that I know about Cape Town. All the years I've been there, that's the number one thing that people in Cape Town always say. It's very cliquey, so it's very, you're over there, I'm over here. Yeah. Everybody, even when it's mixing, it's not really, really mixing, depending on where you are.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I mean, I love the movement that I've been seeing from Cape Town over the last few years. Like D Koala herself, of course, Youngster holding down CPT, Bravo LaRue holding down CPT, yourself, Mihlali, Okayizis, just to name but a few. And I'm glad that you're saying what you're saying, because we know that there's definitely more going on that we're not hearing about. You know what I'm saying? There's the popular people that we know about who'd be able to make an impact up here and do collaborations with people up in Joburg, and they're probably the most spoken about, like the few names that I've just mentioned. And I'm guessing there's so much more happening that's just happening in Cape Town. I feel like Cape Town will do itself a big service if they were to move like, you know, the way Durban moves. Be obsessed with yourselves first before trying to convince like about Joburg or whatever.
Do you think that's a good thing?
Nah, because Cape Town has a lot of talent, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, like the clicky thing can only be a disservice that Cape Town is doing to itself, whereas like you have so much going on in your own city and so much talent going on and so much to like feed into to attract people to Cape Town before. I don't want to look forward to Joburg DJs being in Cape Town. I want to go to Cape Town so I can hear Cape Town guys hold down their own city. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's tricky, man. It's really tricky. Like,
why?
I think before I came into the industry, and I was like, yo, it's so clicky, wada.
Yeah.
I was a bit sad, like some people weren't showing love. And then I just realized, hey, it's bad. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than anyone. All you can try and do is just like put people on. Like, for instance, once in a while, we like use like your bravos at the club, and certain people, just like to show love and make sure everyone's eating and everyone's growing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's not, I can't just want to do things by myself.
Yeah.
We need everyone to be involved. So that's why we try and put people on. Yeah. We can.
But you're right. Maybe, I don't know. I guess a sense of like Cape Town pride, as you're mentioning, which is what I think youngsters been trying to push for the longest time. And obviously, D Koala is jumping on that as well by saying, you know what, For the Culture is for the culture in Cape Town. You need to come to Cape Town to attend that event. So go out there and support her, man. I think it's dope, especially as a female. Getting into the eventing space is very difficult. So shout outs to D, man. And when you decide to give up on the music thing, please get into comedy, my sister. Yo, your TikToks. Yeah, I think I live for her page. D Koala is 1 in a million.
And shout out to her. I know she just dropped a video with Maglera for Guan, so I saw that as well. It's very dope. But it's things like that, you know what I'm saying? I love that they went to Cape Town to go and shoot it, you know. I don't like things happening in Joburg only, man. The country's big and there's people working everywhere around it. Yeah. And Cape Town, first of all, Cape Town, you've got Cape Town. You know what I'm saying? You've got something that Joburg can't do, and you've got those scenes. You've got that entire coastal line that is just something of a dream for Johannesburgers. You know what I mean? And I feel like that the flavor of Cape Town needs to be Cape Town standing for themselves. And like, you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. It's bigger than you. No one person can be like, I'm going to be the one who saves Cape Town. But I think like the city coming together somehow. And maybe it is through more festivals that are organized by Cape Town people. Because that forces everyone to come together, right? Because you can't do that shit by yourself.
That's true. It's like, obviously, like the festivals and stuff. But then in those festivals, they'll book certain people. Like literally all the time.
So it'll also feel like the same lineup the whole time.
Yeah, like for instance, you know, if there's a big festival that's done by someone,
Yeah.
then you know, okay, that's going to be the lineup. If you know one man is involved, you know, okay, he's going to pick his friends and his squad. Everyone's just like, guys. And
It's
also,
awkward.
It's awkward, yeah, but like, you can't put everyone on. Like, imagine you have like 5 hours. What are you doing in that 5 hours?
Hey, there's. Have you been to Conference, my brother? Everybody gets 10 minutes. You get your 10 minutes. You shine, and then 10 minutes you're out. Okay, the whole city's on top of it. All right. But people were also getting on top of their careers right now. Is somebody, Blxckie, we spoke about him last week. We said that he is out in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. He was also out in LA. And being back in LA now, he's in studio with Nelly Furtado, which I don't think a lot of people expected, but I think it's a dope collaboration to kind of have, you know?
Definitely. I don't know when the last I heard from Nelly Furtado, but it's dope. Back in the cut, you know what I'm saying? She hasn't been busy for a minute with new music at least. But of course, global superstar like that. And for Blxckie, I'm sure it's a great moment. I'll be interested to hear what kind of song they put together.
Yeah.
You know, it's something with a little bit more vocal vibe to it. Of course, Blxckie is very versatile in that way. But very, very dope, man. I think to be able to get that collaboration, regardless, to be in those spaces, it means him and his team are definitely moving the right way.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, shout outs. Also, Burna has been named as a performer for the UEFA League's final live show. So big ups to Burna boy. I think performing at such a big event is also just like testament to how you've grown as an artist. And every time I see Burna kind of, you know, hitting these milestones and doing these big events and showing up at these live shows, it always just makes me sit back and think how nimnyatsile South Africa. Yes, lo muntu lo bekala. Naza namnyatsa upena boy. That's why he shows you and he says, "Yabona ke, I'm gonna show you I'm bigger than you." And I always say shout outs to his team, man. He's doing the things.
Do you think if he stayed here, Burna would be as big as he is now?
No, I'm so glad he left.
Absolutely not.
But I think I'm just mad at how South Africans bullied him. I won't lie. I think that's the one thing where I'm like, oh, but you didn't have to bully him because now we are like number last on the list of a tour because of how South Africans treated him online. Whereas we could have just banded together behind him and then said, yo, we got your back regardless. And he would have felt like he has a home here. Now he doesn't feel like that. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, man, I don't know what we keep getting distracted by locally in South Africa. You know, we're just saying about Cape Town. We have a bigger problem than that everywhere else around the country, really. You know what I'm saying? It's unfair to just put it on Cape Town. It exists in the industry in general. And people always try to keep certain things going for themselves. That could be just greater benefit so much more people that at the end you end up with a situation like this. But first of all, would Burna have been this big? Has he spent that much time in South Africa? Absolutely not. There's a ceiling here. Once you hit it, you must understand that once you hit it, it's like you've reached, and then that's where people see you now and it's finished. There's nothing else you can do about that. Why don't you spread your wings like you're saying, Woody? Oh, I think I've hit my ceiling as a DJ. This is how I can move up to a certain level. Now, if I want to double up on it and go somewhere else, I'm going to have to start looking at music and start looking at international tours. You know, it's one of those things. You got to open up yourself to the whole world instead of just thinking about what can I do in Joburg and be this big guy locally, because that definitely has an expiry date, or at least it has like a peak, rather, maybe not an expiration where you like after it's like you're not going anywhere now, my brother.
Literally, like just stagnant.
Ugh.
So there's one of those things, depending on how you want to move, it's very important to invest in things out there. Burna Boy definitely opened himself up and has found lots of success. He's finding himself in lineups. We already knew Afrobeats was big, and his Afro tech sound. I don't know what else he describes that, because I know it's not just pure Afrobeats. Afrobeats / Afrotech / whatever else. Afropop. You know what I'm saying? Sound that he pushes. It's like we already know how big it was, you know, and how much success Nigerians have found around the world. The Wiz Khalifa, Wizkid, Davido.
You're also on a national shutdown then.
I'm on a national shutdown over here. My mind is somewhere else. So to see him take it an even step higher than the guys before. He was performing at the halftime of the NBA show.
Yeah.
And now he's doing the UEFA Champions League. So you're finding him everywhere. He's dialing with Americans that side. He's deep in Europe, playing like in Turkey at the Champions League final. So definitely him and his team seems like they're not thinking anywhere near small, you know what I'm saying? And of course he sold out Madison Square Garden. So that's a guy who definitely takes himself to be a global superstar and has earned that. And I feel like a lot of people could benefit to trying to watch moves like that.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. People are scared to copy moves. You must actually copy good moves from people. You know what I mean? People feel like, oh, you're just gonna do what Blxckie did. It's like, yeah, nigga. You know what I mean? It's fucking working. Let's see, he did this, he did that, he put himself, I'm gonna do that and admire him and give him daps and say, I'm coming right behind you and I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? People are scared. It's like, I mustn't do what this guy is doing because they're gonna say I'm copying him. So I must just suffer until I figure out my own things. Like, no. Niggas are opening up doors for you and you must walk through them. Just knock before you, you know what I mean?
I think what it's about is also kind of adding your own flair to it. So you can copy the move, but then say, okay, but here's a little bit of me to make it a little bit of different, you know?
You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you know, it's very easy. Good to young kids, if they're coming up anywhere, they must be like, oh, here's the guy who's doing something dope and I want to do something similar. The best way, because then tomorrow if you're showing somebody love, then they're gonna pull you closer and be like, let me help you out. That's how you get people to mentor you. When you're trying to act like you're copying some nigga but you're in the circle, what's this guy doing? No, nothing, don't worry about it. It's like, nah, I see how you're moving. I think you're trying to, don't worry about it, nigga. It's like, no, talk to me about what you're doing so I can help you because I can see that you're trying to move in a certain way. Nah, niggas wanna now do it my own way. Sharp.
There's a ceiling. There definitely is a ceiling. All right, so we're going to get into some brand new music that dropped this past week. Speaking about Blxckie, he is officially the only person that Elaine has ever featured on a song, and you also convinced Elaine to sing in a little bit of Zulu. Shout outs to that track. It's called Loving You. Have you listened to the tune?
No, not yet.
You haven't checked it out? It's a beautiful song.
It is a very beautiful song. I love it. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to...
I'm so happy. Elaine Nyabonga. Wow.
It's been a while since I've been saying, I don't know what Elaine is up to. She keeps dropping these other singles that aren't bad, but it's like, you know, she's young and she should have that energy get behind her. So I think maybe they found something inspirational, good energy with Blxckie, and hopefully that, you know what I'm saying, inspires her to stay on that on that type of vibration of where she can really go and how she can open up herself to working with more people. You know what I'm saying? No man is an island. We've been repeating that this entire show. Good to working by yourself is just also just limits your growth. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's good to see her linking up with somebody local. It's good to see her trying something new with the whole Zulu situation. You can hear she's not Zulu speaking, right?
No, Blxckie definitely wrote that. Again, thank you, Somyama.
You can kind of hear it a little bit in the way that she pronounces the word. Good to she's making sure that she pronounces it. You know, right? Because she's saying right. So can be imagine those a few takes.
But give her a chance. King one out
Pitori.
Come
I know
on.
that. That's what I'm saying. I know she's a Pretoria girl. So I was like, when I heard her speak Zulu, I was just like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't sound corny at all or forced or anything. It's really, really good for her. I'm happy that she's trying these. It's in trying things like this that you unearth different sides of yourself now. Even if something that may not be the biggest hit or work 100%, but then your mentality changes itself. Let me keep trying more things, because that's where you end up finding real, you know, like special moments.
Yeah, man. Shout outs. All right, so we've also got a brand new tune. As we mentioned, Major Lazer and Major League. They are dropping a collaborative album on the 24th of March called Piano Republic. There are some songs that have already been released from there. Obviously, Cuckoo Fun we've spoken about, I think, some months back.
Last year,
But Mam Kopozi dropped this past week, which is featuring a vocal from Brenda Fassie. So you'll hear Vulindlela on there, but it's got a piano twist to it. All right, so you'll hear Brenda Fassie's voice, and it is the vocal for Vulindlela. Now, there's been a lot of conversation online about whether that was a good move, whether that was a bad move, whether that was them kind of appropriating Brenda's sound, or whether there's something that can be done, or whether it shouldn't be done. Listening to the song, did you like it before we get into dissecting whether it should have been done or not?
I liked it, yeah.
You dig it?
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
It's different.
Absolutely.
Would you play it?
No, I wouldn't play it.
Really?
It's not my type of sound.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that change up to, because it's a piano song, so how would it change up to what you would normally play?
Like, it's either I play like sing-alongs,
Yeah.
but now in Joburg I have to play this trap piano.
What's trap piano?
We call it trap piano in Cape Town.
Yeah.
It's like Skija, Bacardi.
Oh.
So we call it trap piano.
All right.
But then Mam Kopozi would be a sing-along, because everybody knows the words of Vulindlela.
No, this just wouldn't work.
Okay. It's just not going to work.
It's not going
Just
to work.
let it go.
But I love the song. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the track was pretty dope actually. I enjoyed the sample. I feel like it wasn't used in a strange way. I feel like it fit into the track. You know what I mean? I mean they cleared the sample, so fucking go ahead and use it, right?
Yeah.
Because if you clear Brenda Fassy's sample, I don't think you wanna take a nap on that. So once they say yes, you fit it into your. It's definitely piano is already a dub. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Brenda on it, so you got a little bit of nostalgia to the track. So there's another double dub. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna hear it. They're gonna be familiar with the Brenda chant. So I feel like it will do well.
Yeah.
And it's a good single to lead out with this collaboration that's involves some international guys and local guys coming together. I think it works for all those markets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all in all, I think it's a pretty dope jam.
Yeah, I think for a song that's also definitely a wedding song. So we hear it every weekend when we go to a wedding. You're definitely going to hear the original. Now you've got a different version for you to play.
Yeah, I mean.
Like you said, I mean, they cleared the sample, so go ahead and run with it. And I think that also is part of re-energizing music and re-energizing sampling. This is what sampling is to use something that's familiar to give it a new twist, a new vibe, a new energy towards it. And I think the people who have some negative stuff to kind of say towards it, I think are just purists and they just want to keep Brenda for themselves. And I'm just saying, yo, man, this is another way where Brenda's family can kind of make money off of it, you know, or the people who own the masters. But outside of that, I also think, you know, from a major league perspective, they're just saying, here's a little bit of South African history, but we're taking it to the future, you know. And there's been there's been a lot of remixes that have been done in the past as well. So I don't think it should be an issue for them to kind of do a song like this as well. So, hey, man, you know, do you, brothers, do you. It's a dope song.
They didn't stretch the entire song onto it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like one of those Vulindlela with a new beat or some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They definitely chopped here and there just to let it fit into a brand new track. So I think people need to embrace at least you can't be mad at sampling. That's the last thing. We must be scared. You know what I mean? Like people mustn't sample who.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
All right. We've also got Yams who dropped a brand new tune with Uncle Vinny, just the 99 PC. It's called Piggy Piggy. It's actually been doing its rounds on social media way before he even dropped the original song, which I think is such a smart move. And I think a lot of the piano market does this so well because you get so interested to be like, okay, I want to hear the rest of the song. By the time it drops, you already feel like you know the tune. Now you've just got the full 3 minutes as opposed to, you know, only having about 15 seconds of it. But listening to the tune, do you dig it?
Yeah, I dig it. I like Vinny's part.
Really?
Yeah. It just takes me back to the video.
Which video?
That less niggas.
Oh, less nigalations.
Yeah.
More of the ladies, please. Yeah, man, it's a fun song. I do. While I'm waiting to see what the Twitter challenge is going to be, I mean, the TikTok challenge is going to be for this one, because it is that type of a song.
Yeah.
So you'd play this?
Yeah, this I'll play. He's just trying to get me to trouble.
Are you gonna play it, yes or no?
I'm joking.
He's trying to get me to trouble.
I think Miss Cosmo has a playlist. She's got a playlist for you.
No, it's not a playlist.
It's these shows that get people in trouble.
No. Do you know why I was asking? Do you know also, it's not like I'm being snacks, because I also need to understand the different types of piano, you know?
Yeah.
And he's obviously explaining to say, no, you know what, the Mam Kopozi is a different type of sound, so it doesn't fit into the sound that he plays as a DJ. There's nothing wrong with that because different people play different things.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to play like trap or I'm going to play Afrobeats, I play certain types of Afrobeats. I don't play everything.
Yeah.
So that's why it's okay to say yes to some songs and no to others, you know? Anyway, Piggy Piggy.
No, I like it. Like I'm telling you, said I like Vinny's part in the jam. Like most people, of course, I'd seen it on social media as the little clip before they drop the full things. Like a lot of these piano trends tend to go, you know what I'm saying? Oaks take a minute to drop it, or they'll just drop one that's like on Fakaza or something. Can't even find it on the streaming, on the official streaming platforms.
Can't even Shazam nothing.
Can't Shazam the situation, nothing, but it's dope. And it just reminded me of this track, and I could be wrong because it's piano and I could be out of my depth in terms of like, is this track even out? But I know Foka put out a clip where he's dancing, like, is it in Dubai or they're going to Dubai for his song Hutlaba Munati. Yeah, I mean, look, and I was thinking,
is that out yet?
I don't think.
And I don't think he put that out in.
No.
And see, and it's the same type of situation where everyone is like on this vibe. People use the sound, and it's been weeks now, maybe a couple of months since he dropped it, but he hasn't dropped the full song yet. And it's like the anticipation is building. But by the time you hear the full thing, you feel like, for piano it works because then people aren't over it and be like, nah, I've got my own opinion on what this track could be. But definitely it's a small marketing tactic that they they use, and by the time the people get into it, it's like they've been starving for the
for the original,
jam.
Because that's all you want to do now. You just want to hear the whole thing because you only heard 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you're falling in love with the right song, not like something where you're just like, but what's happening here? All right, Durban Gogo also dropped a brand new tune with Nobantu Vilagazi. The track is called Booty. Also featuring, I think, 2 Shorts is on the tune as well, and a couple of other people. Hot song.
I like that song. I think that's my favorite drop.
You like every song.
I was waiting. You know when I listened to the tracks yesterday and this morning, I was like, and you know who hated this D? You know what I'm saying? Dimples absolutely hated it. He's like, oh, so you like every track? Every time there was a weekend episode, he's like, oh, so you just like everything.
Just everything
that's going on, you just fucking like it. Yeah. Unfortunately, this week I really do. And I'll tell you right now, to our viewers, know that that's not the case a lot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this week,
if you watch every week, you'll know there's some weeks where you say, nah,
yeah,
not gonna make
no,
it.
especially me, and I'm saying, and it's piano. So yeah, as a hip hop gent, and I've said this, and I'm clearing like 4 piano tracks here. That's what I'm saying. All dope, but actually, this is actually. If you had started with this track, maybe my energy would have been different, because this is actually my favorite track out of all the tracks that have dropped and we've spoken about today.
Sorry, Sipo.
It's okay, Mhlali. I understand. I'm glad you said that though, because then it allows me to just acknowledge that energy with everybody who's watching at home. But I unfortunately, for people who like to hear me say, what the fuck is this? This week I ain't got a what the fuck is this?
It's summertime today. We're feeling good. We're on a national shutdown. There's no nose
I'm in a
happening.
good mood. I can take it back also. I've done that before. I spent a week with the track. I'd be like, actually, you know what? I'd like to retract what I said last week.
Yeah.
That shit's garbage.
No. But all the drops this week were actually really dope. Durban Gogo and Nobantu definitely have a good energy, a good song, a good vibe. Also, I love the graphics that have come out with this tune as well. So it's good that, you know, to see that piano artists are thinking further than just the songs, because sometimes you can get trapped in just the music must speak for itself. No, everything must speak for itself. The marketing, the branding, the aesthetics, everything around it also, because visually we're also types of people who need to hear something and feel it. So I love how the ladies kind of came through on this tune. Nobantu is definitely using a lot of her versatility on her voice on the song as well. So it's a nice party tune. Thoughts on the song? We haven't asked you.
Also, you like every song too.
And it's something you would play, right?
This
Yeah,
nigga.
okay.
This
There
one
you
you
go.
jam, yeah?
Jam
See, I think
too.
I'm starting to understand you. I think I've heard you
Yeah.
said before.
Yeah.
I'm starting to clock
Getting the
into
vibe now.
what Mhlali said actually sounds like.
Yeah. All right. So that's our time for today. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Yes,
Thank
sir,
you to
yes, sir.
Mhlali the guy. Remember the guy. Please say the guy. Where can people catch you? Where can people follow you? What else can people look forward to with regards to anything that you're dropping?
This weekend I'm in Cape Town.
Okay.
And then I think the following week I'm in Durban.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just follow Mhlali the guy. It's Mhlali _the_guy. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Not the girl. You're gonna
No, please.
You're gonna get distracted there, please.
No makeup happening here. Don't worry, guys.
Thank you so
Please.
much for joining us, man.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to coming down Cape Town and seeing what the vibes is like down there.
When you trying to come?
Sorry?
When you trying to come?
I'm trying to come maybe next month.
No, let's make it happen.
We're going to April, right?
Yeah.
End of April, beginning of May. I'll be up there.
Okay.
down there.
There's things happening here. Maybe we'll come for the culture. Do you koala?
Yeah.
Huh? Hit us up. Maybe we'll do a POPcast goes to.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see ourselves out there in Cape Town. Again, a big shout out going out to our venue for today, the Greenhouse in Sandton. Come through, check it out. They're setting up for the vibes for today. As you can see, people are moving around. They're doing the things because kumnandi la. So if you're in Sandton, come through and check it out for the Sundowners and the vibes. My name is Miss Cosmo. Please make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment, do all of the things here on the YouTube, and catch us again next week.